Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's tutorial is going to be on this Summer Nights bronzy look. I wanted to create a look that was going to be super appropriate for summer, and I came up with this. I literally only used two products on my eyes, which was an eyeshadow and an eyeliner, aside from like mascara and lashes, but that really doesn't count because that's like a must. But I wanted to create this look so you guys can achieve it at home, and it wasn't going to be super hard. It's literally the easiest makeup tutorial, I feel like, that is so achievable at home. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy it, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And without further ado, let's get started with this video. Okay, so let's get started. I've already done my eyebrows and cleaned them up just so they can be nice and ready. I am going to start with my skin because I'm not going to be using too much eyeshadow. I'm not going to need to clean up under my eyes, so this is also going to be a faster process because we want this makeup look to be very effortless and very soft and natural. We're going to try to use the least amount of products as we can, if that's even possible, but we're gonna try. So first we are going to start off by using this YSL primer. I'm not going to be using my NYX Shine Killer because I want my skin to be a little bit more on the glowier side. I'm using a more radiant primer. I love the YSL primer for that type of finish on my foundation, and I'm not going to be using a matte finish foundation as well, so I'll show you guys once I've moved on to foundation. So we are going to just apply just maybe one pump all over the skin, because you have to keep in mind that my skin's already oily and I don't want to overproduce oil. And because I want my skin to be glowy, I'm going to be using this ANASTIABEVERLYHILLS stick foundation. This is more of a satin finish. So I'm going to be applying this all over my face. You guys already know that when I apply my foundation, I always use a beauty blender, but with this formula, I always like to go in with a brush because I feel like it just melts into the skin a lot better. If I have any streakiness on my skin, I do go in with a beauty blender, but most of the time with the stick foundation, I don't need to. I'm using the Morphe E31 for my application. And what I like to do is I like to buff it into my skin, just kind of like circular motions, just like buffs it in really nice. And per usual, I'm going to be using my Tarte, or like Anthony likes to say, Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and this is going to be in the shade medium. So this is going to be a lighter shade than my actual foundation, so it's also going to serve as my highlight just for today. And for this, I am going to be using my beauty blender, so I'm just going to blend that out. Did you guys watch my video where Anthony does my makeup? I thought it was pretty hilarious. He had the idea of how to do my makeup. It's just putting it all together was hard for him. But I think the best part for me was how excited he was to be in my YouTube channel, and like his facial expressions were everything. Like I had to cut out a lot of his facial expressions when I was editing the video because they were pretty intense. I've been obsessing over the ELCIE bronzers. I usually use, I think it's medium, but I'm gonna be trying out the shade dark. And to apply my bronzer, I'm gonna be using this Makeup Forever. This one, I think it's 158. It's the straight and wavy brush. You can use the bigger side for blush or for bronzer, but because this one's a little bit more on the angle side, here you guys can see it better here. It's a little bit more angled, and it's gonna get like right in between where I want my bronzer to be applied. switch it over to see how much, if it's like quicker on the other side. I think I like the fluffier side better. To keep that glow going, I'm gonna be using this Dose of Colors Royal Hotness. This one is from the new highlighter collection from Dose of Colors. A lot of people are probably scared to use this because it's so golden, but what I like to do with it is I like to just kind of throw it. I'm gonna be using actually that same brush from Makeup Forever, and I'm just gonna pick up a little bit of that product and then just kind of apply it at the apple of my cheeks and then just kind of like throw it back, and it gives you like that really nice glow to the cheeks. And just kind of put it on my forehead a little bit. It's really nice and radiant. To just kind of bring all of those products back together, I'm just gonna pick up a brush. I've used this for powder and I don't put any product on it, but I'm just kind of gonna buff all of that in together. And I'll show you guys, I'll just do one side so you guys can see the difference. It basically just kind of blends everything together so there's no demarcation where your bronzer, where your highlight, where anything starts and ends. So you guys see it just like blends everything seamlessly. You see how this is a little bit more, kind of more in your face. This one's a little bit more subtle. You can always go back and just add more bronzer, add more highlight, whatever you want. This is just my preference. Moving on to the eyes, I am going to be using only 2 products. First, it's really important for me to start off with a primer because I have really oily eyelids. I'm actually going to be giving this new SMASHBOX. This one's a lid primer in the shade Light. A Try. I am just going to apply that actually all over my lids. And I actually like the applicator, but then I don't because I still have to go back in with a brush and just kind of buff that in, which is okay, but sometimes I just like to pick up the product and then just kind of buff it in. And for eyeshadow, I'm going to be using this Melt Cosmetics Unseen eyeshadow. This is a really nice transition shade to just seamlessly look flawless on the skin, where you don't need too much, but you have enough where you can still see the eyeshadow. I'm going to be using this Makeup Forever 242 brush. This is really nice for a all over crease. So for this look, as you guys can see, I've already done my left eye. I literally only used my Unseen by Melt, and then I'm gonna be using this Marc Jacobs Highliner Gel Crayon all over my lid and buffing it out with a blender brush. First, we are going to do our crease color, and I'm gonna be using Unseen all over my crease, but I'm just gonna go back and forth, windshield wiper motion, or windshield wisher motion, like Anthony said. I even got tongue twisted when he was like trying to say it, and then I was trying to correct him. It was the funniest thing ever. It's just such a pretty color. Whatever extra product I have after I've been buffing it into my crease, I just kind of like to bring it up a little bit. Super pretty. So the only thing, because we want this to be a super effortless look, we have to work really quick with these eyeliners because they do dry down really quick. And to buff that out, you are going to be needing a, almost like a, it's like a tapered blending brush, because you want to go in there right after really quickly to just blend that out. So we're going to start off with just applying it all over the lid. And I'm getting it right close to the lash line too, just because I don't want to have any spots missing. It doesn't have to be perfect either, because we're just gonna buff that out. And then just really quickly, because the brush is really tapered, it gets right in the crease and just kind of blends it out all over. Just gotta get right in there. And then just buff, buff, buff. And using that same pencil, I'm just gonna go in my waterline. And I'm also gonna bring it right below my lash line because I'm gonna smudge that out. And I'm just gonna go in with this Morphe E24 brush and just gonna buff that out. For lashes, I'm going to be using these House of Lashes in Siren. So pretty. And of course, there's always time to highlight. I'm going to be using the Gold is a New Black by Dose of Colors. I'm going to spray myself. And I'm just gonna apply that right on top of my cheekbone area. Whoa. Talk about highlight. Whoa, that's pretty intense. Just gonna go in and just kind of like buff that in a little bit. And for my lips, I think I just want to throw on a gloss. I don't think I want to do too much because I don't want to take away from the look. So I'm just gonna be using this Vivid Hot Lacquer by Maybelline. They're super pigmented. I've tried these on a few occasions. So I think I'm just gonna do this on my lips. I love the way this smells. And this is in the shade Unreal. Look how pretty and nude that is. I was actually fortunate enough to go to the L'Oreal lab and see how these lip products were created, and I was like so amazed by like the ingredients, the time and effort, and the color is so hard to perfect. It's like we even got a chance to create our own lip color, and I was going for an orange, and I don't know how I came out with like a purple. It was like insane. It's so amazing to see the back end of how all these products are made. So I was really happy that I got to experience that. All right, everyone, this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned something new. My goal is to make sure that you guys at least learn one new tip or trick that I've learned or that I've been doing all my makeup career. So yeah, so make sure that you guys leave any other suggestions right down below, and I will see you guys in my next video.